we keep talking about eugenics as if eugenics is like what chaotic presented it to be. Eugenics is a race-based thing.
Exactly.
Like, I don't understand why we can't just allow words to be exactly what they are. Eugenics is the science that classifies black people as inferior to white people. That is what eugenics is. If we are talking
Are
about women
black people not?
practicing, stop, chaotic, please let me finish. If women are practicing eugenics, that means all women of all races would only ever create children with white men to eradicate any other race that exists. That is not happening. So why do we keep pushing this word as if it means something because it sounds fancy? Like, that's not what it is. Can we please leave the definition as it is?
Although we're talking about on a kind word, depopulation or shrinking the family sizes of people who are within a smaller socioeconomic condition, right? But if we just look at what that looks like per race, per culture, you will find that there are still certain cultures who are having a lot of kids, you know what I'm saying? But the family structure and the family unit and what that looks like and what it shows up, it is completely different from those who are having indiscriminate sex and having an indiscriminate amount of children. You know what I'm saying? They have no support system. They don't have a stable household. They don't have a community. They don't have all these other important factors to raise competent, um, prospering children. Make sure not that's not even limited to just education. That's also nutrition. That's also access to healthcare. That's also, what I'm saying, access to good education, right? So I think that there isn't an issue with having 3, 4, 5 kids if you don't have the proper community structure. You know what I'm saying? That foundational village, right?
I,
Without that, like, you having kids in the city where rent keeps going up $50 every other month at this rate, because I mean, it's starting to become unaffordable, right? Nobody could honestly afford to have 2 or 3 kids living in those types of conditions, even if they have a spouse, right? So people uh need to rethink about their mating strategies in terms of having a family, when to have a family, and what does that even look like? Because unfortunately, devoted from culture and the idea of a village, everybody is an island at this point.
Yeah,
I agree, Luis.
in chaotic's defense, eugenics, a synonym for eugenics is selective breeding, which is what a lot of women engage in and who they choose to date and marry, right? Or be in a relationship with. Now, I also agree you need fathers, you need communities,
Thank
right?
you.
And personally, I like what Chaotic said as far as we need better people making better kids, right? I agree with that. I'm not saying we should depopulate or we should take people out of this world. That's not what I'm saying. I think and I agree 100% better people should be making more kids instead of people that are not so beneficial to society making more kids.
Well, I agree
Thank
with
you.
However,
that. I do think
however,
that your investment, if you choose to have children, you should put 100% of investment into your children to make them, because I can also go back to what Mistaken was saying. A lot of times, kids are placed in special needs classes, not necessarily because they have a delay, but because maybe they don't know how to read when they get into kindergarten because their parents didn't sit down and teach them how to read. So now he's just behind and he has
listen,
to play catch up.
listen, I
So
agree
it
with
could be
you.
something as simple as that. The investment is not there. The parents not doing their job to make sure that the kid is prepared to enter the school system.
Yeah,
Mistaken. Do
but
you do mild moderate, by the way?
I'm no longer directly in the classroom anymore teaching,
Oh,
but I typically was dealing with SLD, specific learning
okay,
disability.
okay.
yeah.
And do you
So
like doing? You love doing the? You look like you love doing IEPs, right?
maybe that's a
I like IEPs, but the aspect of the IEP I like the best is the transition planning.
Okay.
Enos, can I finish before you jump in right quick?
I just wanted to make a quick correction.
Okay,
right?
how much
'Cause
would
we
you be
keep-
willing to pay?
I'm sorry.
Marcus
I was curious
talking.
how much they paying for sperm. If you want to have these, I can send you a vow for like. We're discussing price.
we keep talking about eugenics as if eugenics is like what chaotic presented it to be. Eugenics is a race-based thing.
Exactly.
Like, I don't understand why we can't just allow words to be exactly what they are. Eugenics is the science that classifies Black people as inferior to white people. That is what eugenics is. If we are talking about
Black
women
people
practicing, stop, chaotic, please let me finish. If women are practicing eugenics, that means all women of all races would only ever create children with white men to eradicate any other race that exists. That is not happening. So why do we keep pushing this word as if it means something because it sounds fancy? Like, that's not what it is. Can we please leave the definition as it is?
Okay, and Nas, can I respond to it, Nas, please? And I apologize for cutting you off.
It's Enos.
And Nas, I've been drinking, so I'm slurring my words. And Nas, isn't the white man superior to everybody on the planet? What are the metrics to it? Well, who's number one at industry? It's the white man. Who's number one within industry, technology, pharmaceutical companies, hospitals, education? Who's number one? It's the whites. Why are we lying here? The white man is at the top in this time period. Now, 5,000 years ago, it may have been Black people, and the ancient Egyptians, may have been the Babylonians, may have been the Assyrians, may have been the Persians. I don't know. But I know in this time period, the whites are the dominant group. So, yes, these people are superior.
You know what's interesting about that statement, chaotic?
Marcus,
I don't know. Kevin Samuels did say that it was a war and we lost. We did lose the war.
Thank you so much, Marcus. Let me talk real quick. Let's be honest. You Negroes on the panel are wearing white people's clothes right now. Show your name tags right now on your clothes. I bet there ain't no African name. Show me your cars outside. Show me your bank accounts. I bet you every each and last one of you Black Negroes. Well, Coach K is not a Black,
My car is Asian.
White. Okay. You have
mine too.
You have JP Morgan Chase, a bank account that's white. Let's stop. You work for whites.
My clothes are American, by the way.
I don't work for anyone. So
Marcus, you are on the white man's YouTube.
We understand what you're saying. You guys
get paid for this.
It is what it is.
This is community service.
But my thing is he's not looking at the system.
Oh my God. I'm talking to Inez. I'm Inez.
Okay, Inez. Okay, can we just quick second? Because the chat is so quick to call out when the ladies are moving the goalpost. I need y'all to hold chaotic accountable. That goalpost has moved from eugenics to now all of this stuff. Like, can we keep the goalpost where it is so we can have a productive conversation?
I'd like to just finish my point.
Red flag on the play.
Let's do a set of metrics. Let's do metrics, right? What are the metrics to identify superiority? Well, let's do economics. Who makes the most globally? White men do.
How did we get here?
How do we know white men do? Well, all you have to do is look at the country. Look at the number one country with the highest GDP, America. Look at the wealthiest corporations on the planet. These are white-ran companies. Are we kidding? Are we joking? Let's stop. Look at the best law firms. Look at the best hospitals. Look at the best education. Schools. Who's running Harvard? Who's running Yale? Who's running Cornell? It ain't moon crickets. It's whites. Let's be honest. I shouldn't have said that. I was pretty racist.
Yeah, you're completely off base. And
okay,
to be clear, if we were to get superior here, to be clear, if you were
who runs it in sports,
are you gonna be the inferior Black you are, or are you gonna let me speak? Are you going to be
look?
When you are talking to your superior, I'm 6'8", 225, a college athlete. Talk to your superiors the right way.
You're superior to me in basketball. You're not superior to
eugenics. We're talking about genetics, right? My genetics are universally better than yours. So let me speak. Let me speak. My genetics are, please, thank you. You know, this is what you got to do is keep a boot on the neck of those beneath you, because if you don't put them in their place, they don't understand. And then they start to do what we just had, where they back talk. Now, I digress back to my original point before I was interrupted by you black. Now, what I was trying to say, and by the way, I'm raising the price on this. Hey, it's going to go up. Chaotic. I was going to charge you $2,000, but I've converted it to $3,000.
What's your IQ level first?
For your sperm?
Yes. And I got 32 on the ACT.
What's your IQ level?
I got 32 on the ACT. I'm 6'8", 225. I went to a premier school.
Because you got a 32.
And I made the what?
What's your IQ level?
I haven't taken the IQ test.
Okay. Well,
I'm basing it off a metric that's generally observed.
That's pretty impressive.
The metric. Listen, the metric that I was given was based in industry, sir. Just because you dunked the ball doesn't mean you're superior, sir.
I didn't use that
but his height is a resource, though. It's all about I mean, it can be looked at as it's something people want, right?
Science. I'm talking about technology.
You said the height was the reason you weren't going to have kids, Chaotic.
Right. Height was what you needed.
I would like to get back to the topic, though.
I think you're doing a vast disservice to the superior blacks by negating the effects of their intellectual property.
Okay, you guys, let's do these super chats. Y'all crazy. I can't.